Hey fellow Fortnite fans and or McDonald fans, I want to make this video real quick to clear up any confusion on a McDonald's code that has been emailed to some people when they got what I'm assuming is either their adult meal or place an order via the app. This is not a code to redeem anything and it is not limited to one person per transaction. It is simply a creative map code anyone can play. Shameless plug here, but I also create Fortnite maps and you can easily find me by going to the search button and typing in Dark Shadows all together. And I'm the only creator under that name and I actually have 7 maps, not 9 like it shows for some reason here. But if you click the creator section, not only will it show you my maps, but you can even get a QR code to find me on other social sites. So as a creator, let's dive in and dissect this map. I'm an 80s baby, so I recognize a lot of these iconic McDonald's characters that my children wouldn't actually know without me telling them. There's a lot of little detail here that as a creator and an artist, I can appreciate. Visually, I found this to be adorable, and I really thought my 4-year-old was going to want to take the controller from me and instantly play, because she is already a fan of McDonald's and is drawn into the golden arches when she's hungry and we're on the road. She already really enjoyed and still enjoys the Minecraft McDonald's collab. However, this time around, she wanted to watch me play, which is quite rare, so I decided to take this opportunity to explore the map. There are definitely a lot of little mini games and tasks you can do to earn XP. So, right from the beginning, you can see there's lots of milkshakes to collect. These are collected individually, and I will get into that more later, but just know there's no competition for the milkshakes, which is nice. Growing a hamburger is super cute, definitely something that was in Minecraft, but you just can't harvest them, and that's okay too. Near the McDonald's restaurant, there's a dirt bike spawner and what looks like outside seating with milkshakes. However, this is where as a creator, I'm a bit disappointed. You can't collect these milkshakes and you can't sit down on these seats. There is a sitting device, so I feel this was a missed opportunity, but that's what this creator chose, and possibly due to limited space. When I explore maps, I always like to take a moment to appreciate the small artistic details, even in pictures and posters. I do actually do this in real games too, but solo or respawn mode. I thought the visitors map could have an Easter egg since it showed what looked like a McDonald's Monopoly board. The McDonald'sLand poster looks exactly what's being advertised for the adult collector's tin right now. There does seem to be NPCs roaming at the beginning of the map. I just love the fact that I was in a game with someone who was Bob Belcher. I initially thought the guitar backbling was for everyone. You actually have to be Mayor McCheese VP, but don't worry because as long as you play the mini games, you will get them. This would have been fun if I had someone to play beach volleyball with. It also has that Chapter 3 nostalgic feel. So, unlike Roblox, we obviously can't lay down on things, so this pool float will not become a beach lounge chair, and technically sitting down on it wouldn't make much sense, unless it was in the water. But that's not a thing on this game, but it is in my Tilted Roleplay map. Another shameless plug, I know, but mom's gotta do. Welcome to Apple Orchard and the minigame, where the apples become slap juice, which is helpful for tossing them at the targets to score some points or XP. We cannot go inside the fry houses. I'm personally not disappointed, but I feel like this would be to little kids. Then we came upon a pirate ship, which felt so familiar to me because I used it in my Lego Obby map. What makes it so familiar is that it has been shrunk down for this map, so while I was trying to go inside, I kept thinking, this is where I need one of those Alice in Wonderland eat me, drink me potions, I'm not sure which, but I know this is a perfect size for Lego minifigures, except on my map, you can go inside. So don't forget when you visit my maps to recommend them and also favorite the creator. It's free to do and it helps support a small family and it is so much appreciated. One McDonald's character both my kids know and love is Grimace, so naturally we had to visit and talk to Grimace multiple times. Grimace offers an obby game, and I'm not a big fan of obbies, and yes, I know, despite having made an obby map, this is more of my kids' kind of gameplay. So we're going to speed up my really unsuccessful attempt here, because there were even times that I put the controller down or I tried handing it to my daughter to ask her if she wanted to play, since she likes these kinds of games. But she still preferred to watch me play, and needless to say, I had to find another way to get to the top, because she wanted to see what was up there, and I was really wondering and hoping there was some bigger reward for XP at the top. So this is where I decided to take what I thought was a detour to help us get to the top quicker. But it was really a slipstream, and I think this is more of a mini game on its own. Like earlier in this video, while I was at the apple orchard, there was a wooden platform where you can easily join the slipstream. So the obby and this are actually two different things, but Leia liked me just floating around collecting the milkshakes, and we did this a couple of times because, you know, milkshakes that respawn and give easy collecting XP is always a good thing. After, I decided to try again to see if I could make it to the top of this big purple mountain. And the closer to the top you get, you actually start hearing some music. And to me, it just felt like we were right back in the 70s. However, this was something that Leia personally didn't care for. I'm not familiar with it, so if it really was something from back in the day, I'm not familiar with it. It could be just literally made for this. But she wanted me to turn it off, and I was okay with that because more than likely I'm going to have some copyright strike because of it. So somewhere on this map and up a dirt mountain is a private property sign, and as if anyone in Fortnite is going to obey that. However, I didn't have a code to unlock this area, so if you do know of a code and you want to share it, please post it in the comments so anyone can open this barrier. I'm not sure where to find the passport stamps, so if anyone can shed some insight on that too, that would be really helpful. Also, the no dancing sign in Fortnite, OGs know exactly what to do with that. Well, this is it. I've finally became a Mary McCheese VP, and I've obtained the Mc guitar. So, I guess that's it, folks. Have a good night. Just kidding. There's more to explore. I don't know how, but I completely ignored the filet fishing box and kept focusing on my character, who is actually sitting down with what looks like a fishing pole. But we're not casting the pole like we would in Fortnite or Lego Fortnite. We're just trying to match up the fish with its silhouette. Alright, so now that we've made it to the fry plants, let's talk about why this map would probably work best as a private map. As a creator, you have the option to specify who is allowed to collect what. Team A, Team B, any team, etc. And how something is collected. Meaning, is this item collected by each person individually or as a whole? And who gets credit for it? AKA XP. So they did allow everyone to be able to collect the milkshakes, no problem. But when it came to the fries, you may have to compete for them. And yes, between both the milkshakes and fries, they do respawn. But remember, the person who got to the fry plants before you knows this as well and will be competitive for that XP. So, kind of after looking over the areas we had already gone to see if anything was piquing Leia's interest, see if she wanted to finally try something, the answer was still no. But she wanted me to jump on the carousel, try the playground equipment, which it still felt a little glitchy. So I decided to run the road and see if we could go in the tunnels, which, yes, we can. And there's lots, in my opinion, beautifully done artistic murals. The road is shrunk down smaller as well. And as you can tell, the lanes are not big enough for a car in Fortnite. And like each lane would not really, like maybe together as a whole they would. But technically the only vehicle within this map is a dirt bike, so that would be okay. And we're coming up on another hugely missed opportunity, and that is for the fry plants. Again, I said that there would be competition the closer it is into the map, and here we have some over here, which you cannot collect, and this would just have been something that would have been kind of cool to do further away. But this is just for decoration at this point. I feel like the Hamburglar looks really good here too. Like the detail on him, there's like a shine on his cheeks. His backdrop being bricks really helps out a lot too. Like the red tunnels, in my opinion, were a bit much, but I didn't know when joining the game how overwhelming they would feel with a character that is wearing mostly red too. So, I mean, that's just me anyway, so maybe not everyone will have that same experience. Okay, let's finally explore McDonald's. Oh, no. Strike 3 for this hugely missed opportunity. There's no door, you can't go inside, and let's be real here. McDonald's from back in the day? Where is the McPlay place? My kids have never experienced that dirty ball pit of mystery, or the snot-covered tunnels, or with the tongue saliva-licked bubbles you would peek out at your parents to tell them you're not coming down. You're not done McPlaying. The most McGross place in the world. Okay, end scene. This is clearly where my daughter gets her overdramatic ways from. I did not actually notice this in game, but when I edited this video, several players are wearing Ronald McDonald shoes. They do not seem to be in the item shop, but I'm not sure where to find them in game. I may or may not go back to this because honestly, just as an adult, I got bored. And my toddler, she actually showed no interest in this. So what should have been an easy game for her, she just wasn't interested in playing. That's all for today's review. Be sure to follow for more, and thank you for watching.